So I spoke with the gentleman yesterday. He called me, wanted me to do some work for him, and I told him I would do the work. Told him, I'd be over here tomorrow, and I didn't ask him what he did for a living. Um, but he before getting off the phone, he said he had somewhere to be today because he was a cop. Yeah, he was a police officer, and he had somewhere to be. And I was like, oh, wow. So when he hung up the phone, I told him I'd be back in Tennessee today, and to give me a call, and I would come over and I'd take a look at it. I told him that before he told me he was a cop. So I just left his house. All the way up until I got in the driveway, I didn't really know what I was going to do. And then, I just kind of figured honesty was the best way to go. And the lady came out and invited me in the house, her and her dog. Her name was Erin. She was an ex-cop from Illinois. She was a cop for 22 years. I'll get to that in a second. But when he came out, I just shook his hand and I said, sir, I don't mean to waste your time. I said, but I want to come here and tell you face to face because I didn't want to say this over the phone to you that I can't work for you. I can't do work for you, and it wouldn't matter. It's not a money thing. It wouldn't matter if you pay me $1,000 an hour. I can't work for you. I said it's because you're a cop. I said, it's not a personal thing, really. I said, it is, but it's not. I said, it is in the sense that you're the one doing it. And it's not in the sense that you're ignorant of what you do. So it's just a collective thing with the police. He was pissed, to say the least. I could see it in his eyes. He got fucking pissed. But when we started talking, and I was hoping to have a conversation, which I didn't figure we were going to, because I figured they'd just get mad and kick me out, which is kind of what they did. But she said, I asked her where she was from, and she said Illinois. I said, well, she said something about being lucky to be down here, something to that effect. I said, oh, why's that? And I already knew where she was going. I was baiting her is what I was doing. She said, oh, because the taxation, the corrupt government. I said, oh, the corrupt government. I said, can you tell me a problem that you have with that government that's not enforced by the police? She said, and she looked at me, and that's when he first walked in the room, was right then. And that's when I told him that I can't work for you. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to waste your time. I can't work for you. You're a cop. And the reason for that is because the money you would pay me with, it's not even so much that I can't work for you as a cop. It's the money that you will pay me with has been extorted from other people at the threat of force and violence. And it wouldn't matter how much money you offer me. It wouldn't matter how much you pay me in advance. It just wouldn't matter. I can't take that money. I can't do that. So as we was talking, she was, so she told me she was a cop. She was a police officer. You can always tell the good ones because they call themselves police officers. She was a cop for 22 years in Illinois, and she's like, I put child molesters away. I said, really? Well, that's great. I'm glad that you did that. I said, but cops didn't exist, child molesters wouldn't exist because they'd be killed in the streets. The community would take care of them. I said, but if you want to go that argument about how good you are, how bad versus how bad you are, and I told her about Nick getting shot and killed. I said he didn't have a gun on him because he feared the police. He feared being caught with that gun. He didn't want to cause harm to nobody, but he feared being caught, then feared going to jail, and then feared legally having his rights taken away. And that was about the time, they kicked me out. He didn't. The man didn't say much. I was actually surprised because I was standing in his house. But that's what I did, and we went outside, his wife and I, he kind of walked out with us. He was kind of like rushing me off without telling me to get the fuck out of there. She walked me outside, and I just apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry. I said, but it's just, I can't do it, And he came out, I forgot how the conversation went, and then I started talking about taxation. I said, there will come a day where the sheriffs of Benton County will come to my house, and they're going to kill me over a matter of a couple $100, because I'm not leaving. I'm not giving up what's mine, and I'm not sure as fuck not paying an extortion fee to stay there. And they will do it. They will murder me. And they would murder you too if you didn't pay. I said, but you're good, and you do as you're told, and you pay. And that's not freedom. I said, that every problem that's going on, everything wrong with this country today is enforced by some dickhead wearing a badge and a gun. You can't argue. You cannot argue against that. I don't give a fuck what you say. We can blame it on Joe Biden. We can blame it on Donald Trump. We can blame it on Kamala Harris. We can blame it on Congress. We can blame it on whoever you want. But when you get down to the fucking core of it, it's time for, to shit or get off the pot. It's fucking the cops who enforce every bit of the shit that we all have fucking problems with. And like I told him, they will kill me, and I'm willing to go that far with it. That's how much I'm done with being told how I have to live my life when I don't want to bother anybody. I just want to be left alone to live my life. And that's what it's going to take to prove a point, and that's how far I'm willing to go with it. And who's it really prove the point to? Nobody. Me. My kids, maybe. Because in the end, nobody will care. They can be passed off as some criminal that should have complied, should have obeyed, should have just did what he was told, should have paid, and he would still be fine. Well, yeah, I'd also be a slave too then. I mean, I feel slavish enough because I have a fucking driver's license. Like, I go as far out of my way to not have to pay taxes or have to pay a fee. Like, like my truck. This truck's not my name. It's in somebody's name that, it's kind of a weird conversation. They really wanted it in their name because they knew I wasn't registered it. And then what happens when I get pulled over? Well, they know me really well, so they know what would happen. So they're like, fuck it, I'll do this. I'm like, well, if you want to do it, whatever. But I'm not doing it. And like, I go far the fuck out of my way. Just, like the hair follicle shit. I'm probably going to lose my job over that shit. Well, it is what it is. I'm not doing it. I'm done being told what to do. And until we all start taking these stances and fucking standing on them and not bitching out because it's going to help us get through tomorrow or benefit us next week or make us more money next year, our kids ain't going to have shit. Nothing. Just like I told her, my 11-year-old would have no rights whatsoever, and everything that happens to him, everything he doesn't have, will be enforced by somebody wearing a badge. I don't even know the dude. I didn't get to talk to him. Here's what I know. He works for Aaron Police Department. I don't know where that is. I only know that because of the sticker on the side of his car. But here's what I do know, is that I'm in Waverly. Why the fuck is a public vehicle at this dude's house in Waverly when he's an Aaron cop? Oh, so now the public needs to pay for you to drive yourself fucking to and from. Pay for the maintenance, pay for the gas, pay for the oil change, pay for the tires. That alone's enough for me. It's what level of corruption we want to accept that you're corrupt is what it is. It's justification. Well, I'm already in the car, makes it faster, I can get to work faster, I ain't got to get all my shit out of this car. Whatever the justification is to him, but he does it. And the proof is that there's an Aaron cop car sitting in his driveway. The last thing she said to me when I left is, she's like, we really wanted our barn fixed. I was like, and I really want to fix it. It's like, I just can't do it. And I'm sure I'm going to get some flack on it, but you know what? I really don't give a fuck. If it means I get less work because of me being honest with somebody face to face, I could have told him over the phone, like, fuck you, pig, I ain't working for you. I was respectful about it. He wasn't disrespectful to me, and I told him I'm not being disrespectful. Like, I want to be, because I know what he's done to people. So even if I was, it would justify it in my mind. But I still I haven't, it's a weird thing, because I know what he's done. You know how I know what he's done? Because there's a fucking Aaron cop car sitting in his driveway. They don't just let, the Joe Schmo. I bet he's the chief of police over there, I bet, because he was in Dixon today at some kind of fucking police boo-hoo bullshit, whatever it is they do. I'm just willing to go all the way. And I think that, and it's really all for nothing. I know that. I'm not dumb. It's not like my little ass telling some cop that I can't work for it because he's a cop is going to change anything. And it's not even about so much working for the cop. If you could pay me and prove to me that money wasn't extorted in some way, shape, form, or fashion from everybody else, I would honestly even consider it then, because then I'm benefiting from it, right? There's nobody being hurt in that. How's he going to do that, though? Is he doing some side jobs we don't know about, and he's going to pay me out of that? So it's not even necessarily that he is a cop. It's that the money I would be taking would be money that has been extorted from other people. Plain and simple. And I'm not okay with it. So that's what I did. And like I've been thinking about this shit since yesterday. Like it's been bothering me all night. Like I was sitting there shaking when I was telling you. And I wasn't out of fear or nothing. It was that it upsets me that I have to tell somebody that shit because the world is so fucked up today because of you. And they just don't see it. It's government. Who for fucking there's no fucking pin pusher in this country today. He asked me if I worked for somebody from Congress. I said no. Not today I would. He said also it's all the government. I said no. It's the police. I said because the police enforce it all. I said but I wouldn't work for anybody in government today because they're tyrannical. It's not government. It's a shit show masquerading as government. And I want to get some flack for it, but I don't care. I'll go to bed tonight knowing I did the right thing, and that's all that matters to me. I'm sitting right there thinking this person can't see. I'm sorry, I gotta move. Gotta move. I'm gonna call and watch. Or try the name of the lady's way. She couldn't see me. I kind of feel bad about it. I do, in all honesty. But I want to help people. You know, I even want to help people. You know, maybe I should have went about it a different way. Maybe I should have took the job, and then at the end of it, just tried to have conversations with him, and just told him I didn't want no money for it. Hey, how about I just do the job and you don't pay me nothing, as long as you talk to me, as long as we have some conversations. And maybe then he'll change his mind. Maybe he's going to quit when he's doing what he does. Who knows, man? Probably not. Is he going to tell other people? Probably not. Like I thought about this day coming and what I was going to do. I was like, down here shit ain't gonna never come. But you know what's funny is like I don't even know where Aaron's at. Like I said, he's got the nicest fucking house I've seen in Waverly. His driveway, I no shit, is 1/8 of a mile. You know, that doesn't sound very long. What, 800 feet, 900 feet long of concrete, 10 foot wide. Go ask somebody how much that driveway costs to pour. Going back to my spot. What are you talking about? Yeah, and that's what it is, man. Like I feel bad for them because they're not going to get their garage fixed around here. People around here don't work, man. Ain't somebody's going to fuck them or run off their shit. But I mean, like, it's time, people start. I did what was right for me. Like I said, it wasn't even about working for them. Maybe I should just call them and tell them, you know what, man, it's not even about working for you or any of that shit. It's about the money thing. I can't take money from you that was extorted from other people. And really, like, when you boil it down, that's what it is. On one hand. On the other hand, I know what you do to people. You might not have done it to me, but I care about those people you do it to. So how do you handle that situation? I just can't do it. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it if you proved the money came from somewhere else. I couldn't do it. I just can't do it. And I feel bad about it. I really do. Like, I genuinely feel bad about it. I shouldn't. Because he did, in my opinion, they deserve what they get. Like, if he was on fire, I wouldn't piss on him to put him out. And it's not because I know the guy and he's ever did me wrong. It's just the fact that you are a cop. You don't remain a cop by being a good cop. Like, good has become this subjective term that everybody just throws around and how, and however they want to choose. Damn white fucking heater on. What's wrong with you, woman? Like, I'm hot. I was upset. And I feel bad, man. I do. I mean, he's got a nice Kentucky board fence with it's got that damn welded wire it's backed up by that welded wire. You know how much that fence cost? A bunch. Fucking shit ton of money. Probably $350 a foot at least. And I bet it's more than that. I bet he's got damn 600 feet of it. I mean, I know that don't sound like a lot of money to people. You start talking $3,000 or $4,000 for fence, and that's a lot of money. I mean, but that's what I did. I talked about it yesterday, so I just figured I'd tell you all what I did. It's time we get used to, going all the way with it, because the day's going to come. Like, I'm not dumb. The day will come where I will be there at that moment where it's time to choose. Do you really stand for what the fuck you said you've been saying you stood for all this time? So really all this is preparing for that day. That's all this is. And it's going to come. And like the lady agreed. What was weird is the lady agreed with me about everything. And here's what's fucking funny. Here's what the kicker about it. In Tennessee, you have to, in order to do that fat tubby bitch, Benton County Sheriff, fucking tubby whore. Her tits were touching the steering wheel just now in her gut. You can see her gut, her tits touching the steering wheel of the Benton County cars and whatnot. All that PT they do, I guess. I didn't say anything though the wife didn't agree with me with. But it's back to, well, he's good to me. He's my husband. He's a good guy. He's a good cop. Fuck that. What about the person who's not? Like I mentioned, felons and firearms. People drinking and driving. I said it's no longer about what we've done. It's about what we could do, and that's wrong. Who has the right to tell somebody that they can't own a firearm? Especially once the government said they're safe enough to go play in society. And they're going to have it anyway if they want it. I said people that want to cause harm are going to cause harm no matter what government says. It's not about that. It's about control. It's a control mechanism, because here's what happens. You look back through history and you'll see this is what happened. It started with the scary felons. That was initially all violent felons. So you had to be a murderer, you had to be a child rapist, some shit like that. And then that turned into all felons with the 68 Gun Control Act. Which is not all felons, though. Most felons, I'll say that. That then turned into domestic abusers, which turned into people who've been convicted of DUIs in some states, which turned into those with mental illness, which turned into everybody but the people writing the rules is what it's going to turn into eventually. And so the question becomes again, who enforces that? If we all know it's wrong, who, like I told him, if you point a gun at me and tell me to get on the ground because I fit the description of some guy that robbed a bank or did whatever, well, I have very limited options. In the real world, I have two options. I can do as I'm told, which isn't being free at all. I've done nothing wrong. Or B, I can fight. And even if I kill you right now, I'm going to die eventually because the whole force of the government's coming after me. If your department can't handle it, they'll bring in the county. If the county can't handle it, they'll bring in the state. If the state can't handle it, they'll bring in the feds. And if they can't handle it, they'll bring in tanks and shit. And don't say they fucking won't, because we see what happened at Ruby Ridge. We see what happened at Waco. They damn sure will. And you don't even have to be doing anything wrong. They will create a crime. They will bug you and nag you and fucking poke at you and offer you money through one of their confidential informers to cut a barrel, an eighth of an inch short, just so they can raid you because they don't like how you believe in what you say. You know why they don't like they don't like what you believe and say? Because it's the fucking truth, and if people woke up to it, it would take power out of their hands. They can't have that. Now these dudes have so much power. You know why he was fucked up? I just thought about this. I'm sorry. You know why he was so pissed just now? Because I guarantee you, I'm the only person that showed up. And if I'm not the only person that showed up, I'm the only person that showed up on time. I'm the only person that was where I said I would be when I said I'd be there. Because people down here don't do that shit. And I hear it every time I go somewhere. The lady, so there's a lady, I'm going to go out there here in a minute. I got to pick up my shovel after the other day, look for a septic tank real quick. Just like that. I'm not getting paid to do that. I forgot my shovel, so while I'm there, I'm going to try to find the septic tank so when I go over there to do the work, I don't crush it with a skid steer. She called 3 people, she said. I was the only one that showed up. Another guy called her yesterday making excuses for why he didn't show up. And she's like, you know what, fuck you all. At this point, I don't even care what you would charge me. I would still pay you to do it. I already told her I would charge her at that point, though. It wouldn't matter. I would just charge her the same anyway. Where was I going with that? Sorry, I'm aggravated right now, so I'm not aggravated. My mind's in school really fast because of what just happened. Like I said, maybe I did it the wrong way. Maybe I should have went in their house. Maybe I shouldn't have. Whatever. But that's what I did. So it's just about, you're right. You believe in being free. You can't support that which oppresses you or is against your freedom, and it is. Like that woman in that house really believes that we're free. Like you really believe that you're free. What's your definition of slavery? You don't pay your taxes, they will come kill you for a minimum, for nothing. Taxes in Benton County is super cheap. I think the taxes on my land is like $112 a year for 12 acres. So it's like what, $10 a month, or $10 per acre per year. It takes them about 3 years to catch up with you before they will sell your land. They will foreclose on it. They will sell it, and they will come take you off of that land. And if you don't go peacefully, they will fucking kill you. So in my case, when that day comes, it'll be over about $340 that I'm killed over. Think about that. Let that fucking sink in your head. Why? Because these assholes who really have nothing to do with it, other than it's their job, are just going to do as they're told, because they're told to do it without even thinking about what's really going on. If you don't have a problem with paying fucking land taxes, there's something wrong with you. Well, I'm just doing my part. You're part of what? I don't have no kids in school in Ohio or here. I don't give a fuck about the police. I don't have no use for them. Do I get a cut for that because I have no use? Where can I opt out of those services and pay less on my fucking property taxes? And maybe I would think about it, then probably not. Oh, we got to have nice multi-million-dollar courthouses for these fucking girls in these black robes to rule over it. Yeah, kick rocks. I don't want to opt out of freedom, and I don't want to opt out of our country, and I don't want to opt, like this sovereign citizen thing. It's a fucking oxymoron to begin with. You can't be both sovereign and a citizen. It makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. But these people have heard it so much. It's a made-up term which has been made up by the policing force. And if there was a such thing as a sovereign citizen in this country today, it would be them, because they don't have to comply with none of the laws. They do whatever they want to do. And we all see it. We all know it. But it's just part of it. It's part of being free, right? That was a lot of money right there too. At least a couple of grand I would have made off that. But I just can't do it, man. I can't look at my kids and tell my kids what's right and wrong, and then do what I know is wrong. And it is. That's just wrong. I gotta raise. Oh, I gotta turn my phone up. I can't see nothing else. It's too dim. Hang on, just 1 second. Like literally 3 seconds. Hang on. That episode's more than 3 seconds. Yeah, everything's good, Lunatic Rider. How you doing, man? My town pastor raised property taxes for a new school to let kids from other towns come in. Still bullshit. I knew it. Yeah, it is bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Everything we see, like, and you know what? The conversation's too big to have. So, like, I first thought, here was my plan at first. This was my plan at first. I was going to go up there and talk to him, but here's what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want him to feel like I wasted his time. Which I've already wasted a little bit of his time. Like I told him, I said, I already told you I'd come out here before you told me you were a cop. And I didn't ask if you were a cop. You told me. If I came here, I told you were a cop just by the way you look and dress and shit. But regardless, it doesn't matter. I just broke through this problem too. Oh wait, no, these were my walls. Yeah, I thought these were my other ones. I don't even remember what I was going to say now, man. You know, there's people out there who will say that I'm dumb for that. You should have took the money. You need the money. Like, I don't need money that bad. I just can't do it. Like, I wouldn't go to sleep at night if I did anything before. But I at least, like I said, I at least wanted to go to him face to face and tell him. I didn't want to tell him over the phone. I didn't want to hang up on him yesterday. When he was like, "Oh, please, well, fuck you, pig. I can't work for you." I didn't want it to be like that. Man, it's a fat bitch in that damn car. But like, you think people would catch on, but it's just more of the same old shit. You got fucktard over here a few counties over. That, well, if you want to get the corruption out of it, you got to join it. Yeah, okay. What have you done what have you done exactly to change what's going on in the country by joining? Oh, that's what I was showing you. I was going to give this after I talked to him about the job, and then I was actually going to tell him just to I'm going to do the work for free, all of it, and it's a lot of work. If you can just cite where in here, and I was going to hand him the copy so he can have a cheat sheet, and cite where in here that I gave government the authority to police me. Because when you say society, there are some people in society that want to be policed. They love it. They love the boots, just like they love the cock. And it sucks that it's never going to get better, man. It sucks that, like, have you ever done anything and you know that you're just doing it for nothing? You just, like, you put in all your time and effort and struggle and worry and money, and you know that it's all for nothing. Like, I'm actually working against myself is what I'm doing. I'm cutting years off my life by what I'm doing and what I intend to do. And all I intend to do is just fucking leave everybody alone. That's it. Just live my life. Not bother anybody. Like, I don't bother anybody. Who gives a fuck if I was going 62 or 70 in a 55? Did I hurt anybody? How do you know that? I mean, you motherfuckers don't give a shit to turn your lights on 15 at a time and chase some dude that's going down the road. Do you think the one car doing 100 miles an hour or 85 miles an hour is unsafe? How unsafe is it when you hit your lights and he starts going a $120, then 15 of you faggots want to fucking follow behind you? So it's not about safety. It's about control. If it was about safety, they'd just be like, they really wouldn't say nothing when people speeding. Well, we got drivers training. Well, how do you know I don't? Like, how do you know I'm not a better driver than you? I've seen some shit drivers, man. The fucking bastards backing down my driveway proves how stupid some of these bastards are. And they come with a gun and a badge and the authority of the state. The authority of the state that I didn't give them, that probably most of you didn't give them, but we just buy into it because it's the way it is. There's not another way. There's definitely another way. There's definitely a way that's constitutional, unlike what we see today. There's an argument out there that I don't disagree with, the Articles of Confederation being better than the Constitution, in a way. The problem with that is that every state can make their own laws. From one state to the next, it could be drastically different. Court systems could be drastically different. My nose has been stopped up for days now. Like, I can't breathe it all through my nose. I wonder if I hit the back of my head, shit will come out. They are bullies. I live in Virginia, and the knife laws are ridiculous. So yeah, but like my 11-year-old carries knives around, man. You should have seen him. He's like, "There's no blade laws in Tennessee, Dad." I said, "Listen, man, I get it. There's no blade laws in Tennessee. If they will fucking kill you, if they think that you're carrying too big of a knife around, walk in Walmart with that damn Bowie knife and watch what happens to your ass. The cops will be here in 5 minutes. They're going to point their guns at you, tell you to get on the ground, all this other crazy shit. Well, you didn't want to harm anybody, so it's not about what we're doing anymore. It's about what we could do. And their real question in their mind, and why it's about that much, and why we have to be controlled so much, is what could they do to us? And that's what it's really about. What can they do to us? You have AOC now calling on Joe Biden to take executive order to push the left's agenda, the far radical fucking socialist democratic left's agenda further, and do it through executive action. The executive doesn't have he's supposed to be a representative of the country, not a fucking ruler, but yet he rules in 2022. And we all, most of us, buy into it by, supporting our favorite form of tyranny, whether it be Republican or Democrat or Trump or Biden. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's just your preferred form. So I'm in a thread somewhere. It's on a Coleon Door video. And no, my bad. No, it's not. It's on a VSO video. What he did about the concealed carry. It's in the pinned comment of that video where he did, or not, about the constitutional carry video. I'm sorry. VSO gun channel, constitutional carry video he did, I don't know, a week or two ago. There's a guy in that thread that says now they need to do something about these signs where it says that you will go to jail, and change it to where, like, if they don't want you to have a gun there and you get caught, like, they'll call the cops and the cops will ask you to leave or something. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Well, I'm not okay with any signs. So let's just get rid of all the signs, right? Because it's about what we believe is okay. Personally, what we believe is okay. What's okay with us, what we will accept. And that's not what it's fucking about. It's about what's best for all, what makes all the freest, what gives us all the most liberty, what minimizes our government. Our governments across the board, local, state, federal, are way overbloated. They do it through taxation. They give our money to these countries overseas. $13 billion with a B. A B. Do you know how much money that is? $13 billion Ukraine just got in weapons. Javelin missiles, strikers, rifles, pistols. What do they say? 20 million rounds of ammo? So cool. So if I just go get me and some of my buddies over here, we sign some piece of paper and we say, okay, we're going to send $20 billion to country X because they need it for whatever reason we think it suits our agenda. There's no U.S. interest in fucking Ukraine. The only interest we had, possibly, was maybe some of their natural resources. But we have most of the shit here. If not all of it, if not, we get it from somewhere else. But it's become our problem now. They're dragging us into this fucking war, and it's just a matter of time. I got a buddy who has a daughter that's in the Air Force. Yeah, she's an Air Force whore. I told him, I was like, your fucking daughter's a fucking whore, right? He said, huh? I said, she's in the Air Force. They're all whores. If there's a bitch in the Air Force, it's because she wants to fuck every cock on that damn ship. He didn't like that too much. The truth hurts sometimes. You know what I'm saying? She was just deployed. And she's not in any kind of like special operations shit. She's not in anything where she's not moving to classified paperwork, nothing. Yeah, she couldn't tell her dad where she was going. She just got deployed last week. Where the fuck do you think she's going? Probably Poland. Well, what sea is that out there? I don't know. I'll talk and drive. I'm probably going to lose you all on this drive. Actually, you know what? Hang on a second. I gotta put this address in my thing. Hang on. I'm back. Shit. Maybe I'll do that before I leave. Oh, I don't got no juice in here. I think my wife took it out. Don't let me yell at her. She did. Baby, my juice is supposed to stay in the truck. That's my truck juice. What the hell are you thinking? Damn it, woman. Damn it. I gotta go to the doctor. My legs are swelled up. Like, I look like you ever seen them, like the old, sitting in the chair for a month with their diabetes and they're like, oh, I got oxygen on and shit. They're feet are all swelled up. My legs are like that right now. I think it's from a combination of things. I probably got long left. I got really poor blood circulation, so that's part of it. The other part of it is I've been sitting down for 2 days in this truck. Prior to that, I fell asleep in my wife's purple chair. Oh, where did my damn thing go? Hang on a second. I don't know how to make a little. Look at that little two-wheel drive C10 back there. It's badass. It's wrecked. It's better than hell. I feel bad for that dude, but what are you gonna do? Should have been a cop. You know, I wish everybody would just one time in their life, just one fucking time in their life, really take a stand for what they believe in. Just once. And we could probably change the country just based off of that. Maybe not, but possibly. Who knows? I don't know. I think I did the right thing. I'll go to bed tonight with a clear head. That's all that matters to me. See, he asked me if I would do work for a congressman because he thinks I'm just against government. I didn't get a chance to explain it because his wife started talking. But like, you tell he didn't want to have that conversation. He was mad. And I kind of don't blame him for being mad in a way.
In a quarter mile, use any lane to turn left onto US 70 West.
Thank you. Yeah, this C10 right here, it's an old one. Like a 70. I like that one. I like to have me one of them there trucks.
Use any lane to turn left onto US 70 West.
Hell, I heard you, bitch. Shut up. God damn. You think grandma was had this phone in their hand? Need to be reminded 37 times. I need some chickens. I gotta make a chicken house though. So I got the dog kennel. See, I just don't want it to be trashy looking. And it's going to be. I gotta go home and cut some trees down. My wife's gonna get mad at me because she said I need to lay down all day because of my legs. Because I gotta work for the next 3 days and I'll be on for the next 3 days. I got some trees that need cut down. A bunch of them. God. But anyway, I'm just gonna go because if not, it's gonna.
Continue on US 70 West for 5 miles.
It's I'm going to cut out of y'all here in just a second. I don't have to get internet or phone service down there. Which I don't know. I guess all it's big Google Maps. Hey, you know what? I need a car. Automatic, 4-cylinder V6, 4-door car. I'm going to get my Grand Prix next month. It's probably trashed by now. I bet it's full of mold and shit because it's been up there for 6 fucking months. I just about bet there's mold in it or something. That always happens. And I got to try to get it fixed. It's something stupid, man. I guess I was going to throw money at it. Look what they do here. They block off one side of the road. Why? Why they block off one side of the fucking road? Like, why block off this side of the road? Why not leave that lane open, both lanes open, so people can drive through here? All because the children's. That's right, the children's. Because they go to school here, I have to be slowed down so that they can get out. When the truth is that, fuck them. Stupid son of bitches. I bet it's like, this cop's funny. Passed through here a couple times during the day. The football field looks like shit. So here's what I'm guessing is that he's the chief of the police in there, and he was a cop in Illinois, probably because she was a cop, so they got married as cops. You know, because cops fuck other cops. That's what they do. Decided to move down here, and he got a job down here, probably as the chief of police or some shit. I'm just curious where it's at. I've never heard of the damn place. So, I don't know, maybe it's the next town that way or something. Yeah, it hurts. Legs hurt, everything hurts. Yeah, I know, I'm not very entertaining. Hello, Miss Black, how are you doing? What is up? Red Reaper, how you doing? You probably missed it because I didn't see you yesterday. The cop called me, I'll explain it, do it really quick. The cop called me, wanted some work done, so I just had to go to his house in time. I couldn't work for him because he was a cop. That's the short of it. Yeah, it is what it is. Fuck it. Alright guys, I'm about to lose you for real here in just a second. I know for a fact as soon as I get up here by this truck place, I'll lose you also. Stay safe guys, and stay safe.